Everyone, this is Joseph and Brian over at Kirkpatrick Price, and we've put together some resources for you to check your remote access security. One of the things that I'm hearing a lot from our clients is that they rushed and hurried to connect their environments, and they are a little concerned about any security vulnerabilities that maybe exist there now. And so now's a great time. We set that up. If you would like for Kirkpatrick Price to help you out by testing that, we'd be happy to. And we're here to support you through this. And so if there's anything at all that we can do to assist, just let us know. I want to show you a few things that we're covering in the resources that we're providing you. And the first thing is for remote systems administration. Going back and checking how you're doing that. What was the method that you set up? Are you allowing administrators to just VPN directly into the environment, thereby bringing along all the controls of whatever network they're connected to? Or are you segmenting that environment and properly allowing things like SSH over VPN, not allowing remote administration directly across the internet, but through some other security technology to make sure that that's done in a proper way. We've given you a checklist points as you do. Also, I'll have Brian cover this next, but Brian, what are some things in our checklist that we're giving that would help people go back and check how remote user access is being performed?
Multi-factor authentication right now is going to be our big win in security. Having lost the physical security of our office, we need to enhance the endpoint security. And just leaning on multi-factor configurations or multi-factor authentication to get in is going to be the big one. It's easily configurable in each of the cloud environments. The difficulty may change depending on your firewall providers if you're a hosted environment. But in each of the clouds, here's the settings and the options within Azure, and in a few slides later, AWS. It can be turned on per user, it can be turned on globally, and that's really what I recommend. Azure does support it conditional, but at this point, as we're enhancing security as much as possible, I feel like multi-factor authentication for all employees and access to all resources is not an unreasonable thing to implement.
Yeah, go back and check this configuration now that the dust is settling. Did you enable multi-factor for the users? If not, getting people to download their authentication apps and setting this up and making it a requirement would be one way that we can strengthen our environment as we're now all working remotely. Another checklist that we're giving folks out there is just how to check the security configuration of devices we've provided them. So in the scenario of corporate devices that we've given to them, what are some things, Brian, that we're encouraging people to check?
The same things we've been worried about in the office. They're just sort of an enhanced threat problem now. We want to check passwords. We want to make sure strong passwords, good firewall, updates and patches, current antivirus definitions, and limited user access are going to be kind of the cornerstone of securing that device since we can't secure its location.
We've heard a lot is that, this caught us by surprise. We didn't have enough corporate-owned systems to allow people to have remote access. And so now we're bringing our own device. We're allowing people for the first time to connect from their home computer or their home laptop for the first time from their home network. And so we're giving you some checklists here in order to go back and see how those things are being done now, some policies that you need to have ready to go in order for employees to understand what their responsibilities are under this new model. We've got a script for you that will allow you to collect some information about the systems that are connecting into your environment now. And we've also given you some ideas on security awareness training to give people some very specific guidance on working in this environment. For example, are they going to allow a family member to use their computer to use access the corporate environment? Are there Internet of Things connected to the same network that they're using to connect to sensitive areas? Do people understand the kinds of social engineering and phishing threats that they're facing now while they're working from home. So these are just some tools, and they're meant to help you think about what's important right now in this new experience and go back and do those things. And finally, we've got a little checklist about a virtual site inspection. Why would I want to do a virtual site inspection of an employee's environment, Brian?
We need to know where they're working and be able to provide them tips. And we obviously have limited impact over a customer's home office environment, an employee's home office environment. But getting some information about their router and firewall, a lot of those are provided by ISPs and have been very vulnerable targets lately. Encouraging separate SSIDs for the family versus the work computer, and getting a hold of things like their public IP address give you the ability to do a little more scanning and make sure that the essentials of security are in place.
Great. Well, hopefully these things have given you some ideas about what you need to test, what you need to check, maybe going back and strengthening a few things so that we make sure that we did things the right way. And if you want Kirkpatrick Price to help you with any of this remote access security testing, we can do that for you remotely, of course. If you need to run any vulnerability scans of employees' IP addresses, if you need any custom training to guide your employees through these changes, any of that, we would be happy to help. And of course, if you just have any questions, you want any support at all, please reach out to us at kirkpatrickprice.com. Thanks for watching. And Brian, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.